Good afternoon, students. I hope you are good and enjoying my lessons, and these are really working for your knowledge. Today, we are going to discuss about differentiation and its basic rules and how it works. Before I start differentiation, you guys need to know about few facts that if you have a variable y in term of x, like you can say y is f of x, and you want to find dy by d of x, this thing d by d of x mean you are going to differentiate the function y with respect to whatever we here x. So if it is dy by dt, now you can see here you are going to define the function with respect to t. So it means the relation is y is equal to function of t. Then you can find this. So how can you read this one? You will read it, you are going to differentiate y with respect to what? The variable t. Similarly, if you have function y in term of z, then you need to find dy by dz, and this shows, we will read it as differentiate. You're going to differentiate y with respect to variable z, and this is how we can read that what we are going to do. The rule 1 of the differentiation states whenever you have a function with power n is any integers, right, and you need to differentiate this, it means your y is x is power n. So if you want to differentiate this function with respect to x, so you need to write d by dx of the function, and this will be, you need to multiply the power with the coefficient here, whatever be the coefficient of the function, multiply the power with it, it becomes n. Make one less from the power, always we make one less from the power, and the third, differentiate the function whose power was, it was x. You can see dx and dx cancelled, so we get the differential of any function with the power n is, we write the power, make one less from the power, right? This is the rule number 1. It based on 3 steps. Let me recall you. First, do multiply the power with the coefficient, make one less from the power, times differentiate the function whose power function was x, the variable whose power was x. So dx is cancelled, so it means we have this answer. Before I switch to the next rule, I want to discuss few example based on this rule. Say example, find dy by d of x for the following functions. Say I have y is in term of say x power 3. So I need to find dy by d of x, because d by dx, as I told you, d by dx mean we have to differentiate with respect to x. So this left side become dy by dx, and here we will write d by d of x of what is we are going to differentiate. This becomes the question what we are going to find. Here you can see we need to apply the rule. As we have a function of x whose power is 3, the coefficient is 1, so we, as per rule number 1, we multiply 3 times 1, 3, make 1 less from the power, it becomes 3 minus 1. Okay, let me write 3 minus 1. It's become 3 minus 1 times, we need to differentiate whose power was, that was x, cancelled. So we can say it's 3x2 is the answer of this part. Similarly, take another example, that we have this term y equal to 2x plus 3 power say 3. What to do with this? As we are going to find dy by dx, so differentiate the left side with respect to x and write as it is. Okay, before I solve this, I think I need to write one more rule and then I will proceed for this. Okay, no problem. I'm explaining here rule 2. Rule 2. Rule 2 states, whenever we have f of x plus g of x, two functions going to differentiate together with a with common power 1, so you need to split it, any differentiate them individually, f of x plus or minus whatever, differentiate g of x. This was the rule. And rule number 3, if you are going to differentiate a c with x power n, any c is a, where c is a constant, what to do, we will write the constant out of the differential and we will differentiate only the function. As in the rule 1 you can get the answer. In this rule, I'm just telling you that whenever you see a constant is going to multiply with the function, the variable, take the constant out before you differentiate, right? And the last but not the least, differentiate of a constant where c is a constant is always 0. Anything which don't have variable with it, so that differential will always be 0. Okay, these are the rules which you need to keep in mind. These are the basic rules of differentiation. Okay, let's start this question. This time we have this linear function with power 3. So what we need to do, we need to do the step. We are going to differentiate dy by dx, mean dy by dx of this. This is the question what we are going to find, and right side is the answer of it. Here you can see what comes the coefficient here. Coefficient is 1. Or you can see what is the coefficient of x. It's better to make this one. So 3 times 1 is what? 3. Make 1 less from the power times differentiate the function whose power was. Function was this now. 3-step game, as we discussed here. We multiply the power with the coefficient and make 1 less from the power times differentiate the function. Same I did. I multiply the power with the coefficient 1. 3 times 1 is 3. I wrote the function making 1 less from it. 3 minus 1 becomes 2. And we differentiate the function whose power was. So it becomes 3 into 2x plus 3 power 2. And this guys, this thing, here you can apply this thing because now we have the power 1 and then we have 2 function 2 of x plus 3. So we need to split them in a square bracket and d by d of x. I'm going to solve this with each and every step so that you can understand. Right. This I applied this rule to. Rule 2 I applied here as per my instructions. Now here you can see 2 is going to multiply with the variable and rule 3. 2x plus 3, this will be as it is because this already has done the differentiation. So 2c like constant, it will comes out and we will differentiate only dx by d of x. And here this is rule number 4, final rule, that differentiate of a constant because these 3 don't have x with it. So the differential becomes 0 and dx by dx cancelled. So 3 into 2x plus 3 power 2, and what comes 2 plus 0 is 2. So you can see 3 times 6 into 2x plus 3 power 2 is my final answer. I hope you got it, but let's see if you are a little confused somewhere. By applying these 4 rules, we will solve more practice question. Suppose in C, if you have y equal to 1 over x power 3 and you are looking for dy by dx. So what to do? Dy by d of x equal to, before you differentiate, you need to reshape the question like all denominator should becomes in numerator, it becomes minus 3. So here this comes this thing and this goes d by d of x of what? X power minus 3 instead of 1 over x3. Now the power n is minus 3. This is a question dy by dx what we are looking for here. What is the coefficient of function? 1. So 3 times minus 3 is minus 3. We will write the function and make 1 less from it, 3 minus 1 times third step says differentiate the function. Minus 3 x power minus 4, this goes, it's 1, right? So I can write minus 3 by x4 is my final answer. Let's see more questions. If you have y equal to square root x, so dy by d of x will be d by d of x, x power 1 by 2. So as per rule, 1 by 2 x power, make 1 less from it, times differentiate third step, whose power? X, so x cancelled. 1 by 2 x power is become minus 1 by 2. This is fine, or you can rewrite it like this. It's up to you in which way you want to give the answer. Take another example. If you have y equal to x4 plus 2x3 minus 5 divided by x2. So what to do? We are looking for dy by dx. So dy by d of x will be, before you differentiate here, you need to reshape this. Divide each term 1, 2, 3 with x square. We get x4 by x square plus 2x3 by x square minus 5 by x square. One approach is this, or you can bring this x2 with minus x2 multiply with the function, like or you can do this, y equal to x4 plus 2x3 minus 5 and times x power minus 2, because once it comes up, sign power will change. So you can either multiply it or you can divide, you will get the same. Either from this way or this way, you will get the same result, right? So no need to confuse about. So final answer will be, if you divide this here, it become x2, because 4 minus 2, 2x, and miss 5 power x power minus 2. After simplifying, now you can differentiate, find d by d of x. There are 1, 2 and 3 function with not a common power. So you can differentiate them separately, like d by d of x of x2 plus 2 is a constant multiplying, so 2 out, with x minus 5 d by d of x of x power minus 2. So dy by d of x will be, what is the differentiate of this? As you know, 2x and x become 1. This becomes 2 times, this goes minus, and minus 2 for the 10 x power minus 3 times 1. So 2x plus 2 plus 10 x power minus 3, or 2x plus 2 plus 10 over x3 is the final answer what we are looking for. Okay, try these questions with your own practice, and inshallah you get the same. Okay, take an example. F, say if you have y equal to x plus 2 and x minus 3, how can we find dy by dx? Here you can see the two functions are going to multiply. Before you start differentiation, simplify like you did in E part. Distributive property of multiplication will be done here. You can see it becomes x squared minus x minus 6 finally. When you solve it, multiply them, you will get the simplified form this. After simplifying, you need to find dy by dx. It means you are going to differentiate this with respect to x. So with a common power, so you can split it, because we don't have power more than 1. So here it will be d by d of x with x square minus d by d of x with x minus 6 d by d of x of 6. Okay, this is power 2. So here option 1, as per rule we discussed rule number 1, and dx by dx is 1. When you get grip on this, the differentiate of the third step function with respect to x is same, so you can write it directly. This goes again 1, and this is a constant, don't have x, so its differentiate is 0. So we have 2x minus 1 is the final answer of this question. Okay, let's do more questions. If you give y equal to square root x into x plus 1, how to differentiate? As I told you, you need to first expand this, simplify it, and then start differentiation. When you multiply this, root power is 1 by 2, so with 1 it becomes x power 3 by 2 plus x power 1 by 2 when you multiply this, because you know root mean 1 by 2, so root x mean x is to power 1 by 2. This is, you know well, so you need to open your ears to understand this. Okay, as we have done the simplification, now differentiate, find dy by d of x here. D by d of x of, because there are two functions, one is this plus other is this, two function with no common power. So as per rule it will be 3 by 2 x power, make 1 less from it, 3 by 2 minus 1, and dx by dx is 1. I'm going to write it directly here, make 1 less from it, and x is 1. 3 by 2 x power 1 by 2 1 by 2 x power minus 1 by 2. This is the answer, or you can reshape this. 3 by 2 1 by 2 means this, negative 1 by 2 means denominator. Any one answer you can write. Okay, so I hope this thing is clear to you guys. Let's do one more question. Say we have y is equal to 2x square minus 3 whole square. So guys, as already we have two terms with a common power, so we will differentiate this like together. We can't split it. Either if you want to, if you want to split it, you can and then differentiate, or you can go by the rule I explained you. Rule says is power whole function power 2. Function is what? This is the function. This is the whole function whose power is 2, more than 1. So coefficient is 1. So 2 times 1, 2. Do write the function. Make 1 less from the power. Time. Third step was what? Differentiate the function. 2x2 minus 3. Right? These are the basic 3 steps. Rule 1. So you can rewrite. Here we have two things, so in square bracket you can simplify them. To write constant outside, x square d by d of x of 3, 2x square minus 3, 2 is here. Here when you differentiate this, its coefficient is 2, so 2 times 2 becomes 4, x1, and differentiate of x is 1, and this is pure constant, so differentiate is 0. Here when you multiply this 2x square minus 3 with 4x, you get 8x into 2x square minus 3. So after this you can say it is the 8x into 2x square minus 3. This is the final answer. I hope the lesson is clear to you, and we'll proceed for the next in the next class. Okay, bye.